don't usually do these kind of videos, but for Astro Bot, I will definitely make an exception. If you haven't played it yet, you need to check it out because it is a blast. If you could even say from the past, if you're a former PlayStation player, then this will be an absolute gift to you. So this is a review of Astro Bot, Sony's best game of 2024. It's just so colorful and lively around here. Like, there's so many bots to collect. As you can see, I have 100% of the game, and I enjoyed every single second of it. Another thing about it that I'm concerned is how long it took me to beat this easy level called To The Beat. It took me a whole hour, aka a full walkthrough on my channel on this game, and come to think of it, this is probably one of the most infuriating levels I've played in video game history. If that is actually, believe it or not, good, because then the game lasts longer and the challenge gets real and fun, which me, I didn't really experience the same, but looking back and seeing people beat this level in under 2 minutes, it just, bruh. But as you can see, there's a lot of community protecting this game, and it deserves it too. It recently won Game of the Year in Game Awards, as I've probably said. And there's so many colorful worlds and levels in this. What started off as a tech demo became the Game of the Year. Yeah, it takes a decent amount of time to beat, as well as I beat in at least 15 episodes, not including the DLC that later got added, which games don't usually get that after they launch and do well, which unfortunate because it usually deserves to happen, but it just doesn't. They collab with so many of their own games that's actually hilarious. As you can see, God of War's in it, and people have renamed it Bot of War. They add so many other games too, like for example, Uncharted, Horizon, even Loco Roco, which has got to be one of the best levels in the game, and just in my opinion. No hate comments, please. In mostly every PlayStation themed level, which every level is basically PlayStation with all the references they put in with the special bots, but at least at every end of one world, there is a level based off of a good game made by PlayStation where you actually become the icon of that game. Like for example, this one you bounce around. This is probably the friendliest level you will ever see in a E10 game. Like, come on. It's so friendly, except for the little spikes that, yeah, but there's bots, as you can see, scattered around it. It is absolutely amazing how well this game runs, especially for a console that came out in 2020. I mean, 2020 was a pretty high-tech year, but honestly, it just runs super duper well. Oh no, okay, maybe it's not so friendly. Spoiler, huge spoiler, if you have not played the game, you need to go play it before you watch this then. In the end of the game, an army of the bots you've collected come together to fight this giant alien dude who has stolen their CPU from their PlayStation ship. And now, what is about to happen is the craziest thing ever. If you've never played Astro's Playroom, you collect a bunch of artifacts, aka the consoles and the accessories they hold. Everyone gets on them. No, you don't have to play Astro's Playroom to play this game for this to work. This happens either way, but if you have not played the game, you need to play Squadron Murder, even playing Sega music, and you have to fight a bunch of these little mini aliens before you fight the real one. And to see all the bots come together in this one fight is just amazing, and just the colors, it's everything you could have ever imagined in a game. This is the one game that feels like an actual video game. Like, it's not even realistic, and that's what's good about it. Like, you got games over here like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 in what else? Who knows? But they're all looking like ultra realistic, and we don't really care about seeing that kind of stuff. And this is just a game that looks fun and lively. And now I'm gonna rate this game higher than ever on a Nintendo game because Nintendo games are good. In fact, I've played a lot of amazing ones, such as Miitopia and Super Mario Odyssey, but nothing compares to Astro Bot and how well it's performed. They really just said, oh, I can make my own Super Mario Galaxy, and they did, and it was better than any Mario game ever made. So with that, this honestly was a game that is going to be remembered, and I'm going to show my kids, and if they don't play it, I'm not letting them play Fortnite or any other game. This is going to be their first game. I can guarantee it. It's just so friendly and hilariously in the crude humor that I just honestly give this game a 10 out of 10. If it wasn't already obvious, but this game definitely deserves it. And I'm super glad it won Game of the Year this year at the Game Awards, because all the different, I didn't even mention the abilities. The abilities, there's so many different ones within the levels, and they reuse them so there isn't an overwhelming amount. And just honestly, they explain it well. There are many puzzles in the game. Only a couple if you want to go for the platinum. So if you're not a big puzzle game fan, this is good for you. And overall, it definitely deserved it. This is probably one of the most creative credit scenes I've ever seen in a game. Like, usually you get like maybe the Lego game type where you get a mini level after where you play as like a villain or something. For example, Lego The Incredibles, you play as an Omnidroid and tear a mini city down. But this is just like, you play the credits. You also did that in Astro's Playroom where you fight enemies and collect it, but it just wasn't comparing to this. So yeah, 10 out of 10 game. If you have not played it, go check it out. It may be extremely expensive, but in the end, it will be worth it. It's so replayable. I could replay it so many times. I just haven't gotten the chance to because there's so many new games coming out. But of those new games, I don't find it as fun as Astro Bot.